Hey guys, it's Derek from Point and Shoot Films. Um, just wanted to go over some of the movies that I got semi-recently. So a couple of them I picked up yesterday, a couple VHS, and the other ones I got about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. But I had fun making my last video, so I figured I would try to keep up with it, and whenever I get movies, make a video. Like I think I said in my last video, I don't get to pick up movies too often because in my town there is literally one place, and that is Walmart. So unless I find something good there, cheap, I don't typically buy a whole lot often. So the first two movies that I picked up on VHS, they're actually for my daughter. The first one is um, Spookable Pooh. Um, she likes these. She likes the Pooh movies. I mean, what kid doesn't? Um, So yeah, these ones I'm just going to go over obviously really quick because they're just kids movies. The next one is Goodnight Moon, and if you've never read this book, if you don't, I mean, you probably wouldn't have read it unless your parents read it to you or you have a kid. It's a good sleepy time book. They have actually spin-offs of it. My daughter has a parody version called Goodnight Goon that I got for her around Halloween time. That one's pretty funny. The one thing I do want to say about this is the funny thing about this book is the lady who wrote it, I don't remember if she wrote it for her family or what it was, I can't remember exactly, but the book did not sell well for years from what I read, and she actually took the book and it did so poor rather that she didn't, actually, I want to say she didn't have any children because she ended up giving the rights to the book to a couple neighborhood kids, and you know, it's just funny because she passed away, and then now they collect the royalties, and this book is huge. I mean, at least compared to how it was when it first came out. I mean, the book did so bad that she just gave away the royalties to it, thinking, it was making a penny here, a penny there. Maybe by the time these kids were old enough, it would give them some money, and turns out that I guess she should have kept it in her family. But yeah, so enough about Goodnight Moon. The other three I got were a 3-pack at Walmart for $5. Figured couldn't go wrong with that considering they're all um, multi-packs. The first one I'm going to talk about is The Dead Walking. It's over 13 hours of movie. It's got 10 on here. Honestly, the only one I've ever heard of is Autumn. I've seen that one on shelves before. The rest of these I've never heard of in my life. One of them is actually called Diner, and then in parentheses it says Get It. So these are probably some grade A films right here by that title alone. Oh, my apologies. I do recognize the movie on here, Mortuary. The cover is just slightly different, so I didn't recognize it off the bat. But I figured for $5 and the other two movies, two sets I did want. This one was actually, it was packaged with the three of them together, and this one I couldn't even see what was on this ahead of time because it was in the middle of the three. But yeah, you never know. Big horror buff, so one of these might be watchable, and that's enough for me because I wanted the other two sets anyway. So if there's at least one watchable film on here, then I guess I didn't do too bad for $5. Um, the next one is the Children of the Corn collection. This is 6 films right here. It actually starts with Children of the Corn 2, which you know, I've honestly, I don't think I've ever seen anything other than the first one, and the way that it was packaged, I couldn't tell that this one didn't come with the first one. It was actually obviously the first one that I wanted, but I figured, 2 probably isn't too bad, and then it probably gets terrible from there. But Children of the Corn, I love that movie, so I'm definitely going to take a shot with the other 6 of them and see if there's any of them are any good. Um, yeah, I mean, these span so long, it doesn't even make any sense to me. looking at when these came out, because some of them seem to have come out prior to the sequel, but is somehow the next in the, I don't know, but anyway, just sort of rambling. Yeah, definitely, you know, it didn't have the one that I hoped for, which is funny because I'm pretty sure this image is from the first movie, but I could be mistaken because obviously the first movie, these are all Miramax, which means the first one was obviously a different company, because that's, you know, that's the bust of those. You know, you pick up a six-pack and it starts with, it's the same thing with like the Child's Play movie. It started with 2 and then worked its way down or worked its way up from there, not including 1 because it was a different, different company that released the movie in the first place. And the last one I got is the Puppet Master Killjoy. These are all Charles Band, put out by Full Moon. So the good thing about this is it is all of them. It has all the Puppet Master movies, starting with the first one and going until Puppet Master, apparently, Axis of Evil. And then it also has the 3 out of the 4, and I would assume that this was probably put out before the 4th Killjoy existed. And what's funny about the Killjoy movies is that if you look them up on IMDb, it actually goes from, the ratings go from bad to good. It actually, the first one has a lower rating than the third, and actually the 4th one has the best rating. I watched the first Killjoy. I've seen it forever. I mean, I used to work in a video store. I used to see it on the shelf all the time. It honestly, this was the first time I had watched it, was when I got this DVD. It was honestly not what I hoped for. Sad thing about horror movies is that it's really easy to make a kick-ass cover and then put it to a terrible movie. I wouldn't go terrible. It definitely, it has a good premise, and you know, it's very low budget. It started out actually a little bit better, and it's funny because when Killjoy actually kicks into the movie, that's kind of when it goes down. It started out, and you know, it's a kid getting bullied, and he decides to bring to life Killjoy, but he ends up dying before Killjoy comes to life. But then, of course, after his death, Killjoy, you know, he appears and starts killing off the people that killed him. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, judging by IMDb, they should, you know, technically get better as the films go on. So I'll definitely check out the other 2 as well. But I was more excited about the Puppet Master movies on this disc than anything, because the first Puppet Master I do really like, and I've honestly I think I have seen one of the other ones scattered, random thing from my memory. I remember watching it after my brother broke his arm in a car accident. I was sitting on the couch with him, and I honestly, at that point in time, can't even remember how many years ago that was, but so I could probably match up which other one I have seen. It's, you know, probably 2, 3, 4, 5, you know, who knows, there's 1,000 of them. I honestly don't even think this is all the Puppet Master movies in this set, but I was glad to see this was actually the movie on top, the one that I could see in the 3-pack with them being doubled up like that, so I could see that Puppet Master 1 was in here. And I mean, especially with horror, 99% of the time when you're going for ones like this, you definitely want to make sure the first one's in there, because 9 times out of 10, the first one is the only good one. But I figured, seeing as how there's, 4, 5, 7, there's 8 of them, you know, 8, the chances are, there's got to be at least one of the good one. When it comes to horror, I'm not overly picky, like most people are with horror, so I can definitely imagine myself enjoying some of these other ones. So yeah, that's it for my video. Those were the newest movies that I got, and yeah, so make sure you keep checking, and I will definitely post videos as I get movies. My videos might span because of the amount of time it takes me to build up, you know, 3, 4, 5 movies. But, yep, you never know. So, this is Derek signing off, and I will catch you next time.